Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Well, welcome to a Hot Takes episode of What's the Diff, where we bring a few topics and let loose our opinions when we're down a man.
It's Coley.
He's dead. But we have the bear.
He's down.
He's down and out.
They got the actor from The Bear.
The bear.
What's his?
Carmi? Well, this is Joel.
Yep.
We know. Jeremy Allen White. There we go. I'm Deadliest Catch, Josh. With me today is River Monster Keenan.
And I'm not a fish.
I have an opinion on something we've already discussed. Want to hear one of your topics debated? You can connect with us at what'sthediff.net. Leave us a text or a voicemail at 802-884-3553. Or send a voice clip to us at hello@gmail.com. Join our Patreon and support us today.
Money, please.
Money. Well, you wanna start us off?
Sure.
All right, let's get hot in here.
You know, I went camping last night. You know where I went? Middle of fucking nowhere.
Nice.
You know why? Because there's no fucking places to go anymore. You know why? Because Instagram ruins special places. Like my mom's kitchen. It's great.
People keep going to your mom's
Yeah, that's
kitchen.
annoying. I think, and it might not be a crazy hot take, but I've always been pretty outdoorsy and like going camping and hiking and things. And there's a pretty goddamn clear distinction between when Instagram, like geolocation tagging, whatever you call it,
Yeah.
when that came out versus before, because places have been completely overrun since then. And yeah, population's going up in Bellingham too, but
Yeah, that's true.
around the area too.
Around the area. But if you even look at like Seattle and stuff, I feel like like the most popular hikes, I would say, definitely still had people like Mount Si when I did it. I don't think Instagram was kind of starting to be a thing, but it didn't have like geolocate. You have to like tell people in like a comment or something like, oh yeah, this is Mount Si. So like the popular places still had stuff, but yeah, you could go into a lesser known hike or a camping spot or something and be totally fine.
One of the infamous examples was it's Vans Creek Bridge in Washington, and I went there 14 years ago now, and it's just a tall railroad bridge. It's the tallest railroad bridge in America, I think, and it's like 350.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fucking really cool, and it used to be like this really just quiet place in the woods outside of Olympia, like an hour and a half, and now it got like so many people started going there because it was tagged and people started posting posts about it, and all these influencers got a hold of it, and all these outdoor people who actually aren't for the outdoors because they're ruining places. Tagged it, and then it got so crowded, people started lighting fires on it and burned part of it. What? And it was getting tagged, and the parking lot was the forest row was becoming a parking lot and lining up. Like there was one time I went like years later, there's like 50 cars there, and the county or state ended up taking away the planks on the bridge so people couldn't walk out anymore because they were like, they're destroying this history.
Yeah.
It's destroyed. So they like took it away. And people still go out there and do that shit. So that's like a huge example. But even like up towards Mount Baker, Picture Lake has always been a touristy area. But now with Instagram, like geotagging, it's just impossible to enjoy it now. And one of the reasons I work at a restaurant is to get Mondays and Tuesdays off. Because I can't go on weekends anymore. It's like impossible.
Yeah, everyone's going up there.
Everyone knows everything now. And it wouldn't have been like that if it wasn't for Instagram. Like, I 100% believe that.
Yeah, I think you could probably just chalk it up to social media in general. I can't tell you how many times now that I've liked one hiking video on TikTok that like every 3 videos is some hiking video.
Yeah, or it's like, ooh, top 10 places in Washington for you to like hidden gems. And it's like just all these hidden places. Like, God fucking damn, why would you do that? There was this one video I saw that was like, it was a beautiful place, and the caption was, just couldn't gatekeep this one. And I commented, I'm like, it's not fucking gatekeeping if you're just not saying the place. If someone asks you in a message and you're just like, I can't tell you, it's like, that's one thing. That's gatekeeping. And it's honestly okay to do that. It's not like you're withholding important information. Like for dirt biking, like people don't tag the places. why would you do that? Because one, it's not super legal. Two, it's beautiful, sanctioned, not really sanctioned, but like by the dirt bike community. It's areas that are like upkept by local people, and you don't tell anybody about it unless it's like a very, word to word kind of or mouth to mouth kind of conversation, because it's just like that. That's just common like sense, right? But for some reason with hiking, it's not. Like hiking is also a treasured kind of like in the mountains thing. Like why does everyone just tell everybody else? Like I don't understand. It's not. If you really want to find cool shit, you need to earn that. You shouldn't just go on Instagram and be able to find it and ruin it. Because like I've ran into people on some like really gnarly trails that just aren't prepared. Like people puking or like shoes blown out or like people fell down. Even first aid kit. Like, oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ! Like, and it's just a bunch of city folk who like have no idea what they're doing because they just saw it on Instagram.
Yeah,
and it's just surprising that for some reason hiking is people just view it as like just walking in the woods and I can go anywhere I want, but it's not. Just it's like dangerous, dude. Like, and for some reason Instagram really exploits that, so it sucks.
Yeah, because I remember one time I wasn't hiking, but my parents went on a hike on Heather Maple Pass, that loop there.
Yeah.
Really,
it's so blown out now. You can't go there anymore.
it is so
I
blown
did
out,
a couple years ago,
especially
and it was fucking Disneyland.
yeah, especially with the larch season. You have to go on a weekday to be able to get it good, or you go like at the butt crack of dawn, and you're starting to hike when it's still dark out, and by the time like you get out of the trees, then it's like starting to be light.
Smart.
Which I'm probably gonna do that this year. But my parents, they were just finishing the loop and like the sun was beginning to set, and it was a time of year, I think around the larches, which like you kind of need to bring like a sweatshirt and stuff just in case, because it does get a little bit colder, especially as the sun is setting. And there's these people that just have like a plastic water bottle with like half of it drank, like no backpack or anything, just like holding their phones, just like, hey, is this the Heather Maple Pass to see the larches? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, sweet. Yeah, we found it finally. And they're beginning their hike. It's like, there's a good chance those people didn't come back. Like,
and there's been times where I've been up like, I've done like, I'll like say I do like lookout. I've done it like maybe, I don't know, the same lookout like 10 times. And then there's this one time I go up there and it's just like, there was a time I went up and there was the cabin, and it is first come, first serve. Sure, but it's also like just hiking and just etiquette to allow people to hang out in there. And there was this couple who was just like, no, we got here first, and they like locked the doors on people to get in, and it was 28 degrees out.
oh my God.
And yeah, I talked them into letting us come in. I was like, we're going to freeze out here. Like, are you shitting me? And he's like, well, I get nervous when there's people around. I'm like, I don't care. Like, you need to open this fucking door. And it was fucking weird, dude. And I shared a joint with them or something, and they chilled a little bit, but like, it's like unbelievable. Like, people that clearly are from the city acting like they own an apartment in the. I'm like, it just sucks sometimes. And I'm like, not to hate anybody from the city. It's just if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, don't fucking do it. And just because Instagram tells you to go somewhere doesn't mean you should just go there. Like, a lot of the people that are saying go these places are actually pretty experienced outdoors people. They just make their money on Instagram, so they have to say the location, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, which I mean, you get more people to follow you if you're like giving them really good stuff. But I mean, usually people try to give stuff that's like on the easier side of things. But I feel like just with how many people are doing it, they have to just basically just give everything. And it's like, all right, here's this hike that's only 2 miles long but has 3,000 feet of elevation gain. There's a fire lookout at the end, so it's very pretty. But yeah, sorry, a normal person that works at a desk job in the city is not going to be able to do this.
I just see a lot of people who have no idea what they're doing, and I'm like, shouldn't have to babysit other people out there, you know? So I think that, and then number one is just like, it's just insanely crowded now because of that. Because of that. I think people even moved to Bellingham because of Instagram.
Oh,
I bet you our population's higher than it would be without Instagram.
I talked to a person there. We're just like, I saw Diablo Lake and immediately wanted to move to Bellingham, and so I did.
Yeah,
it's like it's a good place to be.
It is just crazy.
But I also think a little bit has to do with, I mean, this is a little bit of a side topic, I guess, but like how people now have, like, some of the most sold cars are the SUVs, right? Where it used to be like little commuter cars, like a Toyota Camry or something.
Totally related, yeah.
And so, like, it's kind of opened up doors for people to actually go out to some of these places, because it used to be like, oh, you're going to be going down 13 miles of not so well kept forest road, and your car's probably going to bottom out and all these different things. So, like, they couldn't before, but now a lot of people can as well. But
Just weird that everyone's like, just, I know people have always been in the outdoors, but it's like, I think with Instagram, it's like people are like, oh, I got to move to a city with all these things, and I got to buy an SUV so I can do them. And it's like, it's like a fucking fad now or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird.
very fatty.
Fatty. Very trans fatty.
Let's see. I have a hot take. So my hot take is, I think rich people can give some pretty shitty financial advice.
Yep.
And I'm not even talking about like people who are like, oh yeah, put all your money in this crypto shit coin because, you know, this meme coin's gonna explode, and then, you know, it gets rug pulled, or like anything like that. Like, it's just like the basic things that they tell you to do without knowing your situation.
Yeah.
So
Like there's a secret formula that everyone needs to follow.
yeah, which it's like, if you have the means, they're 100% right. But like, I don't think they realize at what point someone can have those means. And so like the easiest one that I would say is when they say max your 401k.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I gotta look
contribute every year to your IRA. Like max it out. Okay, sure. If I could.
I'm doing a quick search. So you can contribute, if you're under the age of 50, you can contribute up to $23,500 as an employee salary deferrals. $23,500.
If I had 23 G's a year lying around, sure, but I wouldn't because I need it.
Because it's like, you know, rent, utilities, and stuff. That's a good chunk of change
If
for
they're just
people.
like out of touch with people that aren't rich.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, yes, that is what you want to do. That is what you want to do.
Yeah.
Correct. But most people can't do that. So it's stupid advice.
yeah. Like I feel like you need to like get an idea of where they're at to be able to give them good advice. And I think I've talked about it before. The podcast Financial Audit from Caleb Hammer. He gets these people that, I mean, they're kind of crazy. They definitely have a lot of things going on, like with their head a bit. But they always find themselves in these really shitty situations when it comes to debt. And like he drills into them about it. And I mean, I don't know. It's I would call it like a form of bullying in a way, but there are like success stories from it, and some people are like, hey, I've really gotten my life
Some people
together
need
by
it.
But like one of the things that he really drives into people is like, if you want to get out of debt, you're gonna have to like drastically change how you're living your life. Like you really can't be going to
Get a much better job, but it's hard.
yeah. And he's like, okay, if you can't get a better job, then like, because most of the time people are like, oh, I'm not working, or like, oh, I had a job, but it only gives me like 20 hours. And so like, that's the big thing is like, you have to either change your income in some way, shape, or form. If you can't do that, then you have to change the outcome, which I don't even think it's actually a thing, but the money going out. Because like he pulls out their statements and stuff, and it's just like Taco Bell, McDonald's, like
Which isn't cheap, by the way.
affirm. What are you affirming? And it's like, oh yeah, I wanted to get a hot dog from Costco. It's like, you affirmed a hot dog from Costco?
That's funny.
Like,
Some people just need to be taught how to use money. It's
oh yeah,
and there's a basic blueprint. What is like first, if anything else, save 3 to 6 months of expenses because if something happens, you're fucked. And then it's like, okay, get a good job that makes this much money. Okay, max out your 401k or your IRA. Okay, now get a HSA. Okay, now get a down payment on your house going. Okay, have a cheap car. Don't fucking buy a new one. And like, there's like a blueprint to go, but it's like you need income. You just need income.
yeah.
So-
And that's the thing is that income is so hard to come by these days.
So if a bunch of people that have a bunch of income are trying to tell you what to do, it's like, okay, I get what you're saying. However,
yeah, like you know, I was talking with some people that were like giving me that advice, like max out your 401k. And it's like, so just so you know, the money that you made a decade ago starting your job, that's what I'm making now. And now I'm paying today's grocery prices. I'm paying today's house, like, you know,
Hey, if you're so smart, what's
like,
inflation? My no shade on my financial advisor, but he was and I'm saying this because I did a good job. If I didn't, I would not be saying this. But I told him to hand back over my funds because I wanted control of them in my Roth IRA because he gave me 10% last year. I've given myself 12% in the last month.
Ooh.
And I think the power of the internet nowadays is like super powerful. Like and those are all safe investments I've made, but I've already done so much better than what he did. But the whole like old blueprint of like, okay, you have to invest in these ETFs and expect an annual return rate of 8 to 12%. It's like, I think a lot of old systems don't necessarily, just because you can adhere to them as an older person or somebody who's financially successful doesn't mean you're smart. Doesn't mean you got it figured out. It just means you adhered to a system that worked, and it worked enough. You know what I mean? But I want more return. I don't want 8% a year. I want way more than that. So for me, what works is different than what works somebody for. Like my idea of, you know, success with my investments is much different than his is, because his success was 8%, and I'm like, to me that's just not good. So,
well, I mean that
maxing, I don't want to max my 401k. I'd rather take that money and turn it into a 10 to 12% every few months profit. Like that's a better investment of that money for me, because my 401k is not going to give me that. So
yeah, which I mean that is also if you're able to figure that out.
yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, there's so many people out there that are like, oh yeah, I've been day trading. It's like, oh, how's that going? And they're like, well, I'm down $4,000.
Yeah. See, I'm not day trading anymore. I did that for a second. Fuck day trading.
Yeah. Do you not? Time in the market beats time in the market.
I did do well with it for a second, but then with the Trump thing, like it was so hard the tariffs to organize.
Oh yeah, I think we're finally back. Like we're back valid, but
exactly.
I mean, still, like when you're just sitting there, like all of my liquid cash is kind of gone.
I have mostly liquid cash now. I'm learning, but the point is, I'm learning, and if you put effort in to learn, like I think what you can figure out for yourself is probably better than a lot of the advice you can get. I don't know. Like, I mean,
that is true.
Take that with a large grain of salt, but like, you just gotta like put the effort into like, don't fucking finance a hot dog. Like, come on. I agree with that guy. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was 0% for 4 months.
I buy coffee every day. Learn how to make an espresso at home. That's $200. Yeah, that's cheap as fuck compared to what you're spending every month on coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
just make a basic fucking spreadsheet and figure it out yourself. But like, yeah.
Because I feel like if you go through and just like look, like what he's doing on his podcast is just like looking at what you're actually spending your money on. And because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I think I spent maybe like $2,000 this month. And he's like, $6,800.
Jesus. Yeah. I might not even be smarter. I'm just looking.
Yeah, like,
and I'm telling you.
Like just looking at what is going out. Like I started like doing that a little bit. I kind of stopped lately, but I need to get back on it because I looked at it and I was like, too much.
Yo, I know. That's what it is too. You're like, oh fuck. Like sometimes I'm like, I gotta pay rent. And I'm like, I don't want to look. But I mean, it's always fine. But it's like you have to do certain things, and if you're scared to look because you don't know what you're spending, you should probably rethink about spending any dollar from here on out.
Yeah,
like you should pay attention. You know, and that's speaking from experience. So.
Yeah, because I mean, it's once you get into that situation where you're already heavily in debt and stuff, like it's all over. Like you really have to put in so much extra effort. And like you look back and you're like, I didn't really get a whole lot out of it. Like I got like 2 nice vacations, and you know I got like some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, well, I don't have time to use my cool stuff anymore because now I have to work 60 hours a week to try and get back at this.
Yeah, and a lot of times the people that have it figured out, like just figured it out younger, so they had time to grow wealth because they never went into debt. So I mean, those people that have more money generally probably know more about how to make money and how not to lose it, but it doesn't make them smarter. It just means they pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I definitely just think in general, like rich people, they just don't understand like how it is for people that just don't
Yeah,
really
and
have
like, well,
money.
I was poor one day. Like, no, you were in college. You weren't poor. You were in
Yeah.
college. Like, you just everyone's fucking. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't working in college. You just were making good grades and getting some student loans.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. And just because you made a few really good investments and got lucky doesn't mean you're smarter. It just means you're in the right place at the right time sometimes. So
Oh yeah, there's so many people that's just like, yeah, I just bought a couple of stocks and yep, went up 1,000%. So
like I would have had billions in Bitcoin if my mother would let me invest in it. But I wouldn't have been smarter. I just would have fucking been like, damn, yeah, I invested in Bitcoin in high school, So it's different. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like I bought some kind of coin that was supposed to be popping off and stuff, and I don't know how to access it, but I looked at the value for it, and it barely went up from where I bought it. So I was like, oh, okay. So
At least we didn't go down. Most go down.
yeah, I guess so. If I find a way to get it back, it's like cool. I made $10 off my $50 investment.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got on that.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. What do we got?
What do you got?
And just like inflation.
Inflation is so fuego.
Modern cars' safety features are making people worse drivers. I wholeheartedly believe this.
Ooh.
This just, I feel like it just goes without saying. Okay, like every car now, new cars has a lane safety assist. Like, oh, you're going into other lane. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Stop driving into the fucking other lane. Why is that happening so much? Oh, because you're on your phone. Because you can, because you have a beep that tells you when to move over. Fucking, this is like, that's basic ones too. Like blind spot monitoring in your mirrors. Like, why don't you just use your mirrors and look? Like, I think for me, being a quality driver means being able to use your mirrors effectively, being very aware of your surroundings, knowing how to accelerate and decelerate properly, not jerky, and not creating traffic because of it, adhering to speed limits and like just like cornering safely, like braking before and gassing out, like the whole like being a good driver. Like if you went to a race car track and someone was driving a race car around the track well, they're a good driver. You don't see them relying on safety assists and beeping and autopilots and stuff because they don't.
Well,
that's not going to help them.
NASCAR and F1 and stuff do have a lot of systems like that, though. But
Well, NASCAR's stupid. In F1, they have cars with like 39 cylinders.
damn, only 39.
Yeah, only. Yeah, and then obviously like autopilot, and it'll parallel park for you. Like you can't parallel park. What if you have to? Like you can't. What if you're driving a car that doesn't have auto parallel parking? You're fucked. You're stuck on the street and you're blocking traffic. Like it's insane. I've been with people who can't parallel park, and I have to get out and do it for them. It's insane. It's such a mind fuck to me. Like, how are you driving?
Yeah.
Or not knowing who's in your blind spot, or like almost running a motorcyclist off the road. Me, because they just don't know what a blind spot is. Oh, there's parts I can't see. Yes,
Yeah.
there are. That's why you have to signal, mirrors, over the shoulder, go. Like there's
Yeah.
a system in place to like be a safe driver, and all these safety features are ruining people's ability. And on top of all that, it's giving them the confidence just to be able to go on their phone while driving because they have safety things in place.
Yeah, I think that is a big one.
Horrible.
I will say, since I did, it's kind of funny. The last topic, we were just like, oh yeah, don't buy a new car. When I bought my new car, it also had some of those features where like it will keep me in the lane, and like also it will automatically adjust like how fast I'm going on cruise control if there's like a car in front of me, and then it can also do like a quick stop if it sees something that's like coming in the way.
Yeah.
And there was one time that I was coming home and I was just starving. I can't remember what I was coming back from. I think it was like a birthday party or something. Other way. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
They didn't feed you. What the fuck?
I think I didn't have enough. Like I thought I was gonna be able to get food, and then I just couldn't or something.
that,
Like
yeah.
we were doing something, like some kind of game or something, and I just didn't go up and grab food in time. And I was like, oh, I'm hour late. I gotta leave. And And so yeah, I put on the auto keep me in my lane thing and to put my speed at like a like good speed and like had like the distance from the cars in front of me like really long, and then went on my phone real quick and like as I'm like looking up like every second or so to like put in an order for McDonald's. But
It's kind of neat.
it's kind of cool, but like
But also, you can just call them too.
call McDonald's.
Can you not? I don't. Order.
You can't call McDonald's, but
Really? You can't call them and order a food to go?
McDonald's? I mean, okay,
I don't know. Can you not?
I've never heard of anyone doing that. But
See, I would do that, and they'd be like, "Why are you calling?" Like, to make an order? Like, use our app. I don't have it, and I'm driving. That would be me. Like, why can't I just order it?
well, because like on my well, like my car actually has the Domino's app on it, and you can
my God.
it has two options: either pick from your favorites or call. And so it'll like call like whichever store you want to order
Yeah.
from, or like the
See,
favorites.
yeah.
It's like okay, so like it could do it, but not for McDonald's. But yeah, I definitely agree that I feel like a lot of drivers have definitely gotten worse. There's like certain things that I think are like okay, but like it should be a part of the system that you're doing. And so that's one thing that I've found ever since I got a backup camera that I have gotten a little bit worse with is like actually turning around and like looking back and stuff. But there has been a couple of times where it's been raining or something and I have to use my backup camera and it's like, oh, it's wet. I guess I got to look back and use my mirrors and stuff.
My neck, huh? I think in like, I don't know. I'm thinking like Vietnam. Well, okay, so motorcycles. Everyone's riding motorcycles in Vietnam, and they're all insane. Like they are riding super close to each other, high speeds, no instructions on the traffic. They're just doing it. And like there's not that many fatalities like in busy areas, which is correct per whatever rate.
Yeah,
because-
I mean the week that I was in Ho Chi Minh and or Saigon, I can't remember which one they liked it to be called, but I was there, the big city, and out of all the days there, I only saw one person like collide at all, and it was like they were going the same way, and it was like stopped, and the guy was just trying to like get around him, but like he definitely had too much stuff on his bike and like accidentally like hit the mirror of like this girl, and she like just like looked at it and was just like,
and they're like, oh, my mirror, that's normal.
yeah.
Yeah. But the common denominator is there's no phone out because they're on a motorcycle. They can't. So that right there says all their focus is on driving. And obviously none of those mopeds have lane assist. they're just driving 100% focus on driving, whether it's a bike or a car. If everyone just put 100% focus on driving and got rid of all the features, we'd be much better drivers.
And now here's the thing. Do you like how much percentage do you think the phone is compared to the features of making people worse? Because like I would say the phones are
They're
probably
hand in
like
hand because people use their phone more because of the features they have.
but I mean even when you
I would
and I
think.
like when we were still growing up and you know in our teenage years and driving around, like there was definitely people that you know like got into accidents and stuff because they were on their phone. Like
Yeah. I think also like 16-year-olds are stupid. Adults should be able to think better than that. Than 16-year-olds, new drivers, maybe. I don't know. Don't go on your phone because you're an adult and you should be able to like know like I should be a safer driver because I'm an adult and I need to like pay attention to the road. I
yeah,
mean, and I change my music and shit, but I bought like a CarPlay so I can just touch my screen.
yeah,
A little easier, a little safer. I'm looking ahead.
yeah.
Well, I
Which
don't have any safety features at all.
That is actually
Like,
the law is to have like your phone or something like up where you can see it.
Oh shit, okay. So yeah, I have a screen on my fucking dash now, which is cool. But like I don't think I'd want safety features like that. It's just it's weird.
Yeah, I feel like I
The
found
one
them-
thing I think is good and makes people better drivers is cruise control because it keeps speed the same and so there's less traffic.
Oh my god, please more people use cruise control. I can't tell you how many times I'm seeing people.
An adaptive where it like keeps the distance the same. That's awesome because that actually helps everyone.
Yeah,
But
it means that you can keep a safe distance without having to know exactly what the safe distance is.
pay attention and keep your foot over your brake.
Yeah. Oh,
For
100%.
God's sake.
God. Um, yeah, and I don't know. I do like when it tells you when someone is in your blind spot. I am one because my dad was a truck driver, and so he taught me that you should be looking at your mirrors like basically every 8 seconds to be able to just see where cars are at.
Yeah, awareness. Yeah.
And so 9 times out of 10, I'll look into my mirror, and then I also see that the light's on, and usually I know I'm like, oh, someone was coming up there. And so, like, I just wait a couple of seconds, and then bam, there they
No,
are.
and that's the thing. It is safe. It is better for safety, but it is making people worse at driving.
Yeah,
because
because
they're not actually doing it themselves.
Yeah, they'll just be like, oh, the light's not on, so I can switch lanes.
Yeah.
And turns out they didn't look at the mirror, and there's actually a car
Yeah.
coming up to their blind spot.
Yeah, exactly. What if a motorcycle's coming up and that's not their fault? But what if a motorcycle's coming up very fast and doesn't get it? And they're like a bit in time because it wasn't there and they pull out. So it's just like your eyes are the best safety feature.
Yeah.
Your eyes and your ears. And if you're using them less because your cars has eyes and ears now or something.
Oh my God.
I think it's like, don't rely on your fucking technology. Like, do you really trust that shit? I fucking don't. At all.
The thing that gets me heated so much is when people are putting in like earbuds or something
Crazy.
while they drive.
Exactly. Oh, I have my car tells me now. It's fine. Crazy.
No,
Crazy.
you have a speaker and like, oh, well, it's not that good. My headphones are better. I don't care. You're driving. You have to hear everything
That's
else going on
crazy.
around you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It feels like people have kind of forgotten this contract that we all have. When we take our tests and do everything, we make this like contract with each other that we're going to put an amount of effort into
You're
driving.
driving a weapon, dude.
Yeah.
If you point it at anything, you'll kill it. You're driving a weapon, and yeah,
It just grinds my gears.
it shift. It doesn't shift. Makes my shifts grindy. Yeah. Fucking whatever. All right, what's yours?
Yeah, so this isn't too hot of a take, but I've definitely have been feeling this lately. The fact that everyone wants to play D&D, but no one wants to Dungeon Master or DM is the reason it's so hard to find games.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you how many times where it will come up in conversation where people are like, "Oh, I heard you like are a dungeon master and heard about like some of your games." And like, "Oh, that's so cool! Like I want you to DM for me sometime." And it's like, I don't have the time for
Yeah,
that.
I'll do 100 times more work than you have to. Great.
Yeah, like
What if you want to be like just like a regular player? What if you don't want to
oh
DM?
my god, I want to be a player so
That's what I'm
bad,
saying.
so bad. And like I had an opportunity, but it was with my friends down in Seattle, and it was like every Friday it's like I mean, like I could wake up early, drive down to Seattle, and then play D&D and stuff, and then like I could stay with them if I want, but like I feel like a lot of my weekend definitely starts on Friday, and so it's like I want to hang out with my friends up here, or like start to get ready to do like a backpacking trip if it's summertime, like. So I was like, yeah, no, that's probably not for me. And then it's like the people that I've heard who Dungeon Master up here, like I don't know them all that well, or their game's already full.
Yeah. I haven't played much, but I do know that like DMing is extremely involved, and playing is just like showing up.
Most of the time, yeah.
So that's not fair. That's lame.
Yeah, it is definitely unfortunate.
It'd be
but
cool to have a group where like you each win one campaign and then you get like rotated, and everyone got good at DMing or something.
Because I mean, there's I don't know, there's a group. It might not be on your algorithm, but like I forget what their name is. Which I'm so good at promoting things. But like they have like 4 or 5 different campaigns going on, and so like 3 of the people that are playing are like the DMs, but like they have other games where they're also players while the other person's the DM. Like
At the same time.
like different days of the week they'll
Okay,
play.
yeah.
So like
That's
they play
wild.
like 4 different days of the week, which I mean they also stream it and stuff, and so it's like that's their job. But
Okay, yeah, that's crazy though.
still,
But see, DMing is a whole skill set, and it takes knowledge and investing in learning how to do it. And I feel like people want to play. But I mean, I wouldn't want to do that because I'm not involved enough to want to.
yeah,
I like playing it, but I'm not gonna DM. So I feel like people that actually are into D&D, like it would be more fair for everyone to learn how to DM, like as a requirement in a group, maybe that like we're actually involved.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely takes a certain type of person to be like, I want to be a dungeon master. Like you have to feel like you're pretty like not good at improv, but like you're willing to
Yeah.
learn how to improv and able to like make concrete decisions based off of things. Cause like the rule book, like the player's handbook is like 280 pages or something, maybe even more. And then that's just for the players. That's what they're supposed to know, and the dungeon master. Then you also have the dungeon
Holy
master guide, which is like 300 pages as well. And then you also have like the monster manual, which has all the monster like stat blocks and all these different things to help you create like dungeons and stuff. That's several hundred pages. Like,
Yeah.
and then any of the extra supplements that you want to put in, which I gotta say, like, players, if you're listening, stop. I have not really read either the player handbook or the dungeon master guide.
Oh shit.
A lot of the stuff that I've learned was kind of when I was a player playing and like seeing what my dungeon master was doing to like kind of understand the rules. And then once I got onto the dungeon master side of the things, like I would just kind of look up kind of what I was looking for. And you can also follow these basically like already written out stories that takes you like from level 1 to level 8. And that can help you a lot because it gives you like all the maps and the non-playable characters that you can be and like, you know, how they act in the world. And then you just kind of build it from there.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it too, is I feel like from my experience playing, it's like the more not like the more lax you are, but the more creative freedom you give yourself as a DM, the more kind of fun it feels like the players have. Because it's more, the more improv you let happen, the more kind of like creative fun routes it can go.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like sticking to, you know.
Yeah, which that they have a whole thing for that called railroading, where like because there's sometimes that you do have to railroad the players to something. Like the easiest example is like say there's a dungeon and you've made 2 ways, and to the right is how they continue to progress things, and to the left is just going to be a dead end. Well, the players choose to go left. So what you do is you just flip what would be on each side.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now I'm directing them to where they need to go. And then like that could be for other like a whole myriad of reasons, like, oh, the session's about to end and it'd be a good place to end. Like, and
Yeah,
the other place.
improvising. Yeah, making it work.
So like there is some railroading that I'm like, yes, you gotta do it. But yeah, most of the time, like I've played other games that are kind of similar to D&D where it is a lot more of a collaborative story, which I don't think I've ever played it with you yet, but Sexy Battle Wizards.
I don't think I've played that.
No.
I
Okay.
think I want to.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
But it's like a collaborative story where like people are like, oh, I'm gonna try and fight this person with my sexy and do these like poses and stuff, and so you roll to see if it's success, and if they're successful then they describe what happens, and if they're not successful then it's like, oh, then the the game master describes kind of what happens, and there's like so it has a lot of more collaboration involved with it, which is a lot of fun. There's also one that's kind of similar to that called 10 Candles, which I mean it's a very different vibe from Sexy Battle Wizards, but yeah, I don't know. Like I find myself like still being like the DM of these like games too that are like a lot easier to pick up. Like Sexy Battle Wizards has 1 page for all the rules, and that's it.
I mean, you're also just like such a gamer.
Yeah,
People probably put their trust in you because they know you probably know better. Even if somebody else wants to do it, you probably still know better.
yeah. Which I mean, that's like I was a player for a couple of sessions for my buddy who was in one of my campaigns. He was starting to run it, and like I definitely felt myself being like, this is a weird way to go about this, but like I didn't say anything because it's like, well, it's his campaign, so we'll see what goes. Which sadly we got through like 2 missions and then it didn't really pan out anymore. But really unfortunate because it was fun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, it definitely takes a certain type of person. But like the fact that so many people want to play, like there's probably, I could probably make 4 more like full groups of like 5 people that aren't the same people in any of these campaigns and make more campaigns.
But you only have like 1 or 2 DMs. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just me.
It's just you. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Which it's like, I mean, I could, but like, I want to do other things in my life. I have way other hobbies that I want to get into.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That makes sense.
friends out there, if you're listening, DM me that you're going to DM.
Did it. Dabba.
Da-da-da-da.
All right. Okay. Here. This is so hard to. This is gonna be hard. This is weird.
Say it.
The perfectionism is a lie. Perfectionism is a lie. Perfectionism isn't a high standard. It's work disguised in fear. Okay, I don't even know how. I haven't really thought about this much. I just thought it sounded cool, and I also do believe it. But I'm like trying to figure out how to say this. I think that people, whether it's work culture, personal things, the way something that you're doing looks, I don't know. But especially workplace, I suppose. Perfectionism isn't actually perfectionism. It's not about making something perfect. It's about continually kind of procrastinating on that work because you're scared to release it until you feel that the people around you won't judge you based on that work.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like in college, a lot of the time, me and people around me, things would be done. They'd be completed. But you just keep working on it to get it, like especially group projects where you know people are judging it because you want it to be not even so great, just perfect in the way that it should be, like for that particular thing, submittal, because you want everyone to agree on how it looks and it look good to them too. So you're kind of losing your own creative edge. You're like losing your own voice in it because you don't want them to judge you on it. I suppose.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. That's definitely something I've experienced in the workplace, especially.
Yeah.
Especially when I was first starting. It felt like I needed to do things so right, but I didn't know how to do things right. So I'd spend so much time trying to learn how to do it like the perfect right way. And the worst part is that with my job too, it's like it's malleable, right? So like just because you're going down one path, you know, you could get direction to switch it up completely and go this other way. And so it's like, okay, you just spent 30 hours trying to perfect this one path that's now all scrapped because they want something different.
That sucks.
And that sucks. And, you know, if I had spent just 7 hours putting something on paper to be like, and then I could say, hey, what do you think of this? And they're like, actually, we think we're about going down this path. And it's like,
Yep.
okay, I just saved myself 23 hours and now I can spend more time on the path that they actually want.
Yeah, I mean, you're scared of, you don't want it to be criticized, right? You don't want to put it out, especially as a newer employee. You don't want to put it out and be like, crap, I'm gonna get criticized. This is gonna be wrong. And it's not gonna be perfect what they want. And you spend so much time and effort and energy, and honestly, the efficiency of the whole company goes down because everyone's doing that.
Yeah.
Rather than just putting out good work, and then, you know, either getting help on that or like moving in the direction it needs to go.
Yeah, running with it.
Running with it, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it's like, we all have like decision paralysis, like choice paralysis. I think a lot of that is paralysis too. Like you're scared to release it. Two, if you perfect it and you like get into this mindset where you have to make every detail the correct detail, the perfect detail for that whatever choice, you just run into this paralysis where you can never fucking actually reach perfectionism with it.
Yeah.
And what is perfectionism with it? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, is there really like a true perfection? I mean, for some things, I think in a way, I guess you could have like perfection, like, you know, a perfect crossword, like, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely certain things that like you have to have it has to be done in the right way.
Yeah.
But like if it's a work that can be ambiguous or something that has edges that aren't fine. It's like, are you is perfectionism trying to really make it the best it can be, or is it trying to avoid imperfections? I guess is kind of the way to put it. It's just, I think a lot of it's toxic workplace culture.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is, or not culture, toxic workplace, like standards.
Yeah.
The standard we're all like meant to be as workers. And it's just like led to a lot of paralysis with actual good work.
Yeah.
That can be personal too. But
Yeah, I definitely see that like with some art friends. I see them like
exactly.
they're like, I've been like wanting to work on this stuff, but it's just it doesn't seem like that good. It's like, no, you just got to make it, and you know what? Start posting things on your social media and stuff. Just get your stuff out there, because you can't please everyone.
The art thing is a big thing. Like fucking example, us. Like our first episode, it's on our Patreon, is bad.
Awful.
It's awful. But it's fun because we did it. We just started talking. And before that one, we had like 2 pilot episodes. We just like, not even pilots, just like our own personal, let's record, see how this goes. And the first one we put on Spotify, we were like, this is, we listened to it. We're like, this is bad. But you know what? We're not going to like try to get it perfect and then release it. We're just going to keep doing it. And through time, we'll get it better and better and better. And even with our recent schedule change, like every 2 weeks now, we're still tweaking things. Like we're trying to like put more effort into certain things, and it's like I know a few people who are good artists, like sketch artists or like tattoo artists or whatever, who just like, I've like been like, hey, can I look through your notepad? Like, just want to kind of take a look. Like, yeah, sure. Go through it. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Like,
Yeah.
put this on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, really? I'm like, yes. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, I don't know. I'm like, it's not that good. I mean, I want to be a tattoo artist. Like, then start putting it out there.
Yeah.
'Cause it's amazing.
Start having this extra skin to practice.
Yeah, but it's like this idea of we have to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Because we're scared of judgment. We're scared of we're scared of being vulnerable. And I think a lot of that is because of the standard for perfection, which sucks. So
Yeah.
it's just, yeah.
It's kind of like the thing that they did like a study on like how long people study for a test in school and like what grades they get. And it's like, if the top student who got 100% studied for 10 hours, if you were a student who studied for like 6 hours, you would get like an A-. So like you spent 40% less time than this other person studying, and you got 7% less than them on their score. And so, if people are just okay with finding that point where it's like, you know what, this is good enough, let's run with this and go with it.
Run with it. You know what's better than something being perfect? Something being done.
Oh my God, yes.
Like, you could have the most perfect, almost perfect. Like something that's just never quite there. Is this piece of art you're doing? You never release it, and no one ever gets to see it. But it was almost perfect in your mind's eye. Or you could just release it, and it's done, and it's great. And great is way closer to perfect than nothing ever being released.
Yeah.
So I just, this idea of like people procrastinating, scared to release anything, like whether it's like your recordings of yourself recording music that you never put on YouTube, or your art you never post on Instagram, or the work project that you probably could have done in half the time, 98% as good.
Yeah.
And it probably, or the same, and I don't know. I think it's just like the word perfectionism is, with vanity, we frown upon it. We don't want, it's to try to be perfect is just like a failed quest. So why would you do that with like, your work? I don't know. Sucks.
Yeah, stop being afraid, people.
Stop being afraid.
Post that shit.
Yesterday you said tomorrow. Nike.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Shia LaBeouf.
What?
He's not dead, but
Oh God, Jesus.
no. But did you hear that the voice actor for John Redcorn died from King of the Hill?
Oh, I was like, why does that name sound familiar? John. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Yeah, I guess he got shot.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How you're that king of the hill, motherfucker! Pop! Jesus Christ. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Uh,
John Redcorn's done.
yeah,
didn't wanna
but
say the
I
D
think
word.
he's in the new season that's coming out in a couple of months.
Oh, so they
but-
made a season with him still?
Yeah, they made a season with him, but then like I guess recently they did like a panel thing with like some of the voice actors, but did invite him. And so he like found a way over there to the panel and like stole the microphone and was like talking about like how it's crazy that he wasn't invited
He wasn't
and stuff.
invited. He's one of the main voices.
Well,
Must be
yeah,
some
he's like a
stuff there.
guest star voice. Yeah, I think he has.
Still.
He had some stuff going on. Like earlier this year, his house burnt down with his dogs in it, and so he's been homeless and not having
my
a bunch
God.
of money or
then he
something.
got shot?
And then yeah, got shot
What
like
the fuck?
yesterday. So must have got into some bad business.
Oh, okay. So it's like a homeless thing, probably.
maybe
is that what you're-
yeah.
okay.
Like
I'll
I
have to
think he
look it up.
posted, or maybe he was shot this morning, or maybe last night.
God,
but
you're
like
like up to date on these things. That's like right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He posted
Yeah, 4 minutes
yesterday.
ago.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Yeah, I just say King of the Hill shooting, and
Yeah.
that you see. At first, it was for the new episodes, but then it was for him.
Yeah. I didn't know there was even new episodes either. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I think they come out in like August.
How long has it been? Like 9 years?
It's been a while.
Wow.
Maybe it had to be more than a decade because I think it ended before we stopped high school. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Wow, that's crazy.
I can't remember. But I can remember my topic.
Good, because I forgot your topic.
Well, you're gonna remember it right after I say it.
Is
Got-
it remembering or just does that count as remembering?
If someone reminds you,
If someone just says it, I don't think it's remembering.
that's a good question.
I think
Do
it's
you-
just-
Can you remember? Not.
I think
on your
remembering
own?
has to be on your own. Like you are. Well, no, it can be assisted.
Yeah,
if you're just straight up
because
telling me, it's like I didn't do shit. I just heard it again.
like I know some people are like, don't
Oh,
you
I remember.
Don't you remember? And it's like, oh yeah. Well, I guess yeah. So remember is probably like it is a thing that you do on your own. And then if someone tells you something, then you're reminded. Because if you knew it before, you did. So like you did remember, but they had to remind you. Whoa. We should save this for what about this?
What is the what?
Just because I want to break Coley.
It's okay. I'll probably forget. Make me remember when I.
Yeah.
Or remind me. Don't make me remember. Just remind me. That's the thing. Don't make me remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll remind you.
Okay.
Like this topic. I think that guys who wear hats as accessories look dumb. And so if you are watching on YouTube, you'll notice that my co-host here has a hat on.
Accessory or necessity? I just rode my motorcycle over here and my hair is it's not good. Not good enough for you guys. So.
Which I mean, I think that's like one of the things is that why guys wear hats is because their hair, like, I mean, you see a lot of bald guys do it, right? To hide the
I'm not
fact
bald.
they don't have hair. He has hair.
No, I'm not bald.
And it's pretty luscious.
Thanks. It's not bald.
So, but like, you know, like you're saying here, like, oh, I just wear like helmet hair. Like
I put my hat on my clip or my belt loop every time I ride a motorcycle because every
yeah?
time I get off, like on my motorcycle trips, there's always a hat right here. Well, or in my pack, whatever.
yeah.
Always wear it.
Because like I feel like in general hats have a purpose. You know, if you have like a wide brim hat that goes all the way around, you're probably like going out like fishing or in the sun or something, trying to protect your
See,
dog.
I'm a redneck because I don't wear one of those. My neck got burned today.
Oh,
Whew. But this is for the sun.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know, protect your eyes a bit.
Fishing. Camping.
Hiking.
Hiking.
Hiking outside the trees.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely purposes for wearing hats, and you know, I think there's certain situations, but like you see people that it's definitely an accessory. Like my biggest thing is you'll see all these guys at like a baseball game and they'll have their hat backwards wearing sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have a built-in sunglass if you just flipped it around.
Yeah. There's something to be said for having both though, like sunglasses and a hat.
I mean,
Double whammy.
I'm not gonna, you know, knock someone for having both, but the fact that they spin their hat around, like,
Well, that's just a baseball thing.
yeah.
But, yeah. Okay, that's baseball. And that's the whole thing because like I get that. But like the guys who I'm just gonna do it.
Always doing it. It's backwards.
Where it's like just sitting there like this.
Oh God, yeah. She's like, are you hiding like a cone head in there?
What's up, bro? And it's like on their eyebrows.
I don't like to show people my emotions.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's absolutely dumb.
Or sideways. What are you blocking your ear from the sun?
Oh, you know, I just ash catch him. Gotta catch them all. Gotta spin it sideways before I throw a ball.
Yeah, that's true. You just rhymed all that. That was cool.
Oh, I didn't mean
Ash
to.
catching. Gotta catch them all. Gotta spin it sideways before I throw a ball. I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's style is a thing. I can't I think fedoras look stupid. My dad loves them.
Yeah, they do really.
I think
they do look dumb.
those English little like Ford top hats are stupid, but all those English people love them.
Oh, like the ones that like Sherlock Holmes or something would have, or
Yeah. Top hats, obviously. I mean, hats are a fashion accessory.
yeah, they are an accessory. Like I don't know. I will say that like hats. Usually I'm like, "Pff, okay, they're kind of dumb, but like I don't know, when people are really big on shoes, that definitely gets me. I'm like, oh no, it's
The tag on no crease. I'm like,
oh my
fucking
god.
Christ. You're saying you can't bend over to change your own tire right now? No, because like my shoes can't get creases in them. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, and they also like invented like things that you can like put onto your sock that has like basically like a metal insert that you put on so that it will stop the creasing of your shoes.
Why are you wearing shoes? Collect coins. Why are you collecting things to wear that you can't even fucking wear? Oh, I know, to flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you took out $600 on your credit card to buy those.
He's like, well, yeah, I went to Costco, got a hot dog, and then also got these shoes. Got to put them both
Yeah,
on.
nice
for-
Honda Civic that barely runs, and your $600 shoes no crease. Actually, I think I do see a crease. No.
No, now they're only gonna be worth $310. Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess going back to the
We're
hats
also
thing.
just a couple white boys, but also that's so fucking stupid. There's this guy who used to work at I work, and he was like always just showing up late to work because his car would break down, all this shit. He'd be like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy these shoes. What do you think?" I'm like, "Those are $690." He's like, "Yeah, they're sick, huh?" I'm like, "You're fucking stupid.
Like,
you're so stupid,
Bro, buy a timing belt. Like,
You're so stupid." Like I didn't even. I was like, I have no comment, dude. Like I don't even like. If you were rich, I'd be like, "Fuck yeah,
yeah.
sure." But like, you're stupid. That goes back to that guy, the YouTuber is like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Oh yeah, he'd be like, yeah, like it's good that you have like a cheap car, but you need to,
You can't even get to work because you're buying shoes."
yeah, stop buying shoes.
It just.
And like, oh, it's an
But
investment.
I like them.
It's like, oh yeah, have you sold any of them? Well, no. Then sell them.
Yeah, I also like things, but I don't buy them because I can't. Yeah, I do think people are just douchebags, and so are girls. Girls are douchebags too.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I didn't want to just gender it. I mean, in general, it seems like guys are the ones that are kind of being the douchey
sure.
hat wearers. But yeah, women, you too can also look really douchey with a hat
Well,
on.
I just think for all accessories, just like I don't know, everybody's buying something to make some statement, essentially. And we don't live in a city, but like if you go to a big city, that's like all it is. All anyone spends their money on is that. They don't have hobbies like hiking and dirt biking and camping like we do because we have the outdoors. They have fashion statements.
yeah,
They,
I mean,
they go to work and then they go out to the gym, go out to eat, go out to the clubs. That's
Yeah.
what you do in cities. And you're going to do it looking your best because you want to appear a certain way. And that takes fashion statements.
fashion.
And that's real life in cities that I will never understand, but it's what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely fun for a little bit, but
I like having a nice outfit on and like looking good, but I got it at fucking Buffalo Exchange. It's crazy. Yeah.
I actually, since I'm driving into work tomorrow, I had to pack up some of my like work clothes that I haven't worn in so long, and like I had to like put them on to make sure that they still fit.
Yeah, that would suck. Show up, you're like, why is your fly and your button undone? Doesn't fit.
It's the only way I can sit.
I've been at home, you know? I don't wear this at home.
Oh my
So-
god, they almost tried to make us do that, and I was like, no.
Yeah. No. Wait, really?
Yeah, they're like,
Oh, God. Wear a
Like-
suit at home.
they were like,
Or
yeah,
button
make
up.
like try to have the dress code like while you're at work, because like when you're on camera, like it looks better, and it's like, okay, well when I'm on camera, I'm saying the same engineering words that I say if I'm not wearing a nice shirt.
Sorry,
so.
who's looking at me? My coworkers, do they care?
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Like there's so many times like after like hearing that you'd like see a couple people that were like dressing up and stuff, and then like you talk to someone else and they just like their hair's like all in a mess and like they just are just like eating like a bowl of cereal. There's like, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? I'm the smartest guy on this team. That's funny.
So
Yeah. I've always thought that shit about fashion. I think sometimes it's cool to have cool shit, but like I'll if I go to a secondhand store and I find something that's obviously like nice, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
And I'll either resell it or just wear it because it's nice to have a few quality items. But like stupid expensive accessories that are literally just there to flex is I hate it.
Yeah. I mean, like what Malcolm Moore said back in the day, $50 for a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, we're getting to a point where that's actually almost like the mid-range price for a
Not
t-shirt.
For me. I fucking go to Buffalo. I go to any. I just don't buy new shit. I can't imagine.
I mean,
bought
hey,
these shoes
you're-
were new actually.
You're
'cause
preaching
of
to
my
the
shoes.
choir. I'm wearing literally my high school wrestling shirt.
God damn. This was given to me. Oh wait, no, I got this at a vintage store.
Yeah, I
did
will
pay
say.
too much for it though.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I liked it.
I mean, if you like it, like paying a little extra.
I was on
compared-
vacation, so I was feeling like spending a little bit extra.
Yeah,
But it's secondhand still.
yeah. I'm starting to buy a little bit like nicer clothes. I still need to. I was just shitting on people about like the whole shoe thing, but I'm like, I think I need like actually shoes for like going out and about. Because I can't wear the shoes that I wear on a rainy hike and then go out to brunch.
Dude, that's the thing is like I bought these to be like my nice, just like, because I like athletic shoes to be honest.
Oh yeah,
I have a few pairs of skate style shoes, but I like athletic shoes. I like walking in them more.
yeah,
And I was like, I'm gonna buy these and keep them nice. Go to the club with them. I go to the dog park in the mud with them. I end up going on hikes in them. I'm like, fuck. Every time I buy a pair of shoes, I just destroy them
yeah.
because I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, and then I do it. And I'm like, well, my shoes are ruined.
Yeah, I mean, like I do have like shoes that are a little bit like specialized. Like I'm always wearing hiking boots for going on hikes, but
Yeah,
like,
I got like hiking shoes. Yeah.
But yeah, my main shoe is I call it my general shoe because like I'm wearing it for everything.
yeah, that's what these are. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one pair of shoes and I wear them for 8 months, and then I buy a new pair.
Oh
Like,
my
you-
god, yeah, because
yeah.
they just die after like 8
Well,
months.
yeah, because I wear them for everything. I don't have my going out shoes in my. I just buy stuff and I wear it.
Yeah, until it dies, and like fucking
Yeah.
if it's not dying, keep wearing it.
Yeah.
I will say though that I did give like 2 bags of clothes away because as people can tell, I'm hoarding a little bit by also having stuff that I wore in high school.
I've donated so much to Buffalo Exchange and Goodwill in the last 3 years. What I do is I go in my closet and I turn all my clothes backwards, and then if I wear something, I put it forwards, like facing me,
Yeah.
like the label, the front of it. And at the end of the year, if any shirts or pants or anything are left facing backwards, I donate them or
Smart.
try to sell them if they're worth something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
If I didn't wear it in a year, I'm not fucking wearing it.
Yeah.
You're not. Like, as much as you think you will, maybe you will once every 2 years. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Just wear something else. You know?
Yeah, I will say that my problem is that I keep finding myself doing stuff where I will do an event and they give me a shirt.
That is not happening to me.
Oh my! Like I do like so many like 5Ks and like
Oh, I've had a few,
you know
I
like
guess.
did like triathlons for a bit.
Not done
Like I just doing like those things mainly.
See those shirts, any shirt that's like given to me or anything like that. Like I have like old shirts. Those are my workout shirts,
Yeah,
and then like I just wear them to shit. And then my work on my car shirt, my work on my bike, work out shirt. You know, like camp shirt. Like they're my shit shirts.
Oh yeah, you have your tiers of shirts.
Yep. And then the end of like 6 months, they're all fucking thrash. And then they become my rags for like oil changes and stuff. Like they all have their uses.
Yeah.
But I don't really wear them much. Yeah. Stupid hats are stupid.
Yeah, if you have a stupid hat, you're stupid.
If you're complaining that the sun's in your eyes and your hat's backward, I'm going to slap you.
Oh my god, I'm gonna slap you so
pizza.
fucking hard with pizza.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna wear my hat backwards around you.
Oh, yeah? Which one? I've never seen you wear a hat.
Actually, I don't think I
I
own
don't
a hat.
think I've ever seen you wear a hat, Josh.
Yeah.
So I see where the hot takes is.
The only time that I wear hats is if it's part of like a costume of some sort or like an outfit. Like if
I don't
like
think
we're-
I've seen you wear a hat for an outfit, costume, anything.
well, I usually try to stay away from it.
I don't think I've ever. Wow.
I feel like so maybe this is where this is
Holy
coming
shit.
from is that when I look at myself with a hat, I don't think I look good. So
Put it
I
on.
don't.
Try it out. Just come, dude. If you showed up to like a house party one time with a hat on, the music would stop by itself. Like, what?
Even the speakers.
My dog's ears would go back and everyone just look at you.
Who is this man? Who do you know here?
Hi, Josh. Get
Jacob.
out of my house. Oh wait, Josh. Get out of my house. Sorry, Josh. Get out of my house.
Just take it.
You should get one and just wear it. See what happens.
Yeah, I have thought about getting like, especially like the Mimi hats that like
Mimi.
like it's like fish fear me and women also fear me a little because I don't talk to women because I'm afraid of women. And it's just like a whole line of text.
I've seen the hat. That's funny. Oh, I haven't seen that one. I've seen the first one.
But there's like so many like stupid ones like that where I'm like, I think it'd be kind of funny to do that.
I like always having a good hat. You know, just a hat.
You know, I mean, I'm here for hats. Some hats. A little bit of hats.
Trucker hat. Good to go.
Yeah, I'll figure out what hat shape I need to put in my head.
So the circle it's kind of circular usually. What do you mean?
Okay. Well, that's my last take. So.
All right. Well, I have no take. God, they've already been tooketh.
Yeah, the takes they be tooketh, and I am being reminded. Well, I gotta say, thank you for listening to this episode of What's the Diff. Next episode, we'll be discussing cigars versus cigarettes, centipedes versus millipedes. That's the millipede. And guitar versus banjo.
Third strum.
Have an opinion on something we've already discussed? Want to hear one of your topics debated? You can connect with us at what'sthediff.net. Leave us a text or a voicemail at 802-884-3553.
Bitch.
Or send a voice clip to us at what'sthediff@gmail.com. Join our Patreon and support us today.
Money, please.
Yeah, you know, I think in the future there's some opportunities. We might be looking at some bonus episodes. Yeah, so stay tuned in the future. I think it's a possibility that you'll start to get a little bit more value with your Patreon niche.
Yeah. Bonuses. Boners. Boners. What was I gonna say? Bonuses.
Boners episodes.
Sketches.
Get some sketches.
Boners and sketches coming for you.
You get ready.
You gotta pay for it though. Follow us on Instagram and Tiki Taki, but more so Instagram.
Yeah, get
Instagram's important. I feel like more so.
get on the Insta and just give us a follow. You know, it'd be nice if you actually followed, but you don't have to be looking. You know, you just gotta help us out in the algorithm because if we get algorithmed, we'll be happier.
If we get Al Gore rhythmed, there will be no more climate change.
Think about it.
Think about it.
See, the internet's a series of tubes.
Man, bear, pig.
It's man, bear, pig. I told you that he's real.
All right.
All right. Bye.